Nerd Talks.
Welcome to the Nerd Talks Olympics, where we're going to pit against heroes, anti-villains, villains, anti-heroes against one another to see who gets the gold, silver, bronze of various categories. We're going to look over some categories such as, what do we got here? Strength, intelligence, combat skills, leadership, heart, and heroism. And finally, we'll take a look at all of what we've got combined and suss out maybe a top three out of the ones that we've kind of looked at. We already have a pre-decided list on some heroes and a couple of villains across different universes, different couple questionable folks, different properties here. So without further ado, I'm DK. This is my brother Ashton. We're going to take a look at some Olympic events here. Let's dive right in. So, starting with strength. Just looking at raw physical power. I already have one who I really like. But let's talk over. So for our competitors, most of these categories we're going to be looking at 6 competitors. For this category in particular, we are looking at Hulk, Superman, Thor, Kratos, Goku, and The Thing. I'm gonna be honest, out of that whole list, I think the Thing might be last. I was also thinking
You got some powerhouses. You got Kratos. You got Superman. I don't know much about Goku, but I know he's, I guess, decently strong in raw physical power, I suppose. But I think the Thing might be. You can think that, but I also don't know much about the Thing, as I know.
Sure, and the Thing is strong, so I think the Thing is probably stronger than Kratos. I think Kratos actually might be, the lowest here on the totem.
You'd think so.
If you've seen, he's in plenty of comics, but if you've seen the latest Fantastic Four movie, he takes a whole ship, like a whole freighter, and he's pulling the chain just to pull the whole ship. He cannonballs into Galactus's leg and bends Galactus's leg. Now, do I think he's in the top 3? No, I don't. I do think he's really strong. I do think that Kratos is really strong as well. We've seen him fight, gods, regularly. And then become a god as well. And so I think he is also a contender here. But I just feel like Hulk and Superman are just
They're definitely top 2.
Just top 3. Gotta say these guys around. Okay, so let's start with bronze then. So if we think Hulk and Superman are probably the top 2.
Well, I don't know. I mean, movie-wise, I think we've seen that Hulk might be stronger than Thor. I think comic guys.
Okay, fair enough. I see what you're saying.
That's kind of my thing. Is I don't know much about The Thing or Goku.
Sure.
I don't know what they are in the comic. Will you just compare what we see on TV? Or
well, we could compare whatever you've seen. Yeah, let's just go based on what we've seen or what we know of them.
Because
I haven't seen.
I kind of want to say that Thor might be stronger than Hulk in the MCU.
In the MCU, is Thor stronger than Hulk? Ooh.
That's kind of my blue thing. Is I think he is.
I feel like
I only think this. I guess it's not the only thing, but the biggest thing is when they're making Stormbreaker, and he has to open that thing, and he's sitting there underneath the literal star, as well as he has to hold that open under.
Well, that's partially strength and durability, and maybe durability should have been in its own category. Or maybe we just combine it in with strength. But if we're still talking durability, I think Hulk is more durable than Thor by a lot.
Yeah, durability. Yeah, probably. Yeah, he could probably go for a lot longer because he's not as susceptible to any kind of damage.
Anything
other than purely getting.
Well, we've seen Thor be stabbed before. We've never seen it almost anything make Hulk bleed. That's true. I think we've seen Hulk bleed one time in it was pretty much over after that.
Yeah, Thanos maybe.
No, he made Thanos bleed. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe we haven't seen Hulk bleed. Oh, we've seen Hulk bleed. He got stabbed by Abomination. Oh, we're good. Yeah. As far as comics, I mean, I don't know, their strongest.
There's considered that movie part of the MCU.
Their strongest feats for sure. I don't know their strongest feats across all comics. So I mean, let's just go from what we've seen. And Goku, I've seen do some pretty strong things, but I still don't think he's in the top 3. I think it's going to be Hulk, Superman, and Thor. So we just need to, I think, organize those 3.
The other time we see him bleed is in Ragnarok when he's fighting Fenrir.
Oh, yeah,
Bites him in the leg.
Sure. So who do you think? Who do we give the bronze to? I think Superman is crazy strong.
I think Superman's gold.
Okay, Superman is gold.
Who else do you know can fly into the sun? I'm just gonna put that out there.
We've seen Thor get hit by a star. That's the same thing.
That is hit by a star and flying into the star, I believe, are vastly different.
Are they?
Yes. Vastly.
How are those two things different exactly?
Okay, you're sitting on the outside of the oven. Then let's climb into the oven and let's see.
Dude was getting the full force of a star, whatever Peter Dinklage said.
Oh my god, I forgot that he was.
Yeah, he's the dwarf. Yeah, he's taking the full power of a star. He says, to me, is equivalent of flying into the sun. I don't know.
I think
I'm a little biased against Superman just because it's like we always see him doing the strongest thing, but it's like this is just like, is it their Superman bias? Does he have the Batman thing where it's just like Batman can destroy anyone if he's prepped? Is Superman just invincibly strong?
Superman doesn't need to be prepped.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he has like the same kind of like, bias for them. Is that just a bias on them? I'm willing to give it up to Superman. That's fine. We've seen Superman do some really crazy.
I think we'll do Superman, Hulk, Thor.
I will agree with Superman, Hulk, Thor. Gold for Superman. Hulk will get the silver, and Thor will get the bronze. The rest of them kind of just slightly fall off because I think they just can't compete with some of the things that they've done.
Like Goku might, but like part of the thing is that I think Goku might have to get.
Goku is crazy strong, and yeah, he's got the Super Saiyan and all that, but he's just like, is he taking on the full force of a sun? Is he, is he, lifting these crazy things, It's just like, I just don't think he is. I know there's a bunch of Goku stans, I'm sure there's a Goku stan who will watch this video and be like, and we're just gonna be like, well, sorry.
Yeah, go for it. Don't be a douche about it. But like I said, I don't know nothing about Goku. I know more about these others than I know about Goku.
All right, let's move on. We might have to remove our third individual. In the intelligence event, third competitor.
That's not even a fair.
Did we gamble? Did we keep them there? Should we swap them out real quick for someone else?
Yeah, so that's not even fair. Like the rest of these are.
Who do you think?
I don't even think low-key the fifth contender really fits with the rest of them. I'd maybe put him in our third event.
Okay, so who do you think? Who else could fit into this event? So we're moving on to our second event. This is the intelligence event. So the greatest minds across, pop culture. We have a couple that we're even considering putting on the list. So before we announce exactly who those competitors are, do we have any competitors that we think we can replace at least one or two of these individuals?
What's that dude from Brave New World?
The leader?
That guy.
Okay.
I feel like he's super smart. So I feel like he could be.
I haven't seen enough events or enough things from him to really give him any. Yeah,
that's fair.
Anything.
I don't really know, I guess, like super intelligent people other than the list we have here.
Sure. And maybe we just go with this list, the four individuals that we do have this list.
Could put Lex Luthor on it.
Lex Luthor is pretty smart. So right now, the competitors we have that we are for sure putting in this category are Bruce Wayne, Tony Stark, Reed Richards, and Victor Von Doom, aka Batman, Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, and Doctor Doom, respectively. Now we are considering putting in 2 more in most of the categories here. We've done 6 individuals.
Jimmy Neutron.
No, we're not doing it. I'd rather say someone like Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something like that.
What's your problem with Jimmy Neutron, man?
Dudes have it up to last. I don't know. I don't know.
Could put Phineas and Ferb on there.
All right. So we're just going to continue on with those 4. This guy can't think of anyone who's a real contender in this situation. So we got,
you know what? Serious one. Doctor Strange.
Do you think Doctor Strange is as smart as these people, though? I think Doctor Strange...
I feel like he has the capability to be, at least.
Okay, so we're putting someone right now where we're seeing if this person can even compete in the Olympics current. I think Doctor Strange is a super intelligent individual. He is a doctor. He has figured out how to master the mystic arts at a quick and efficient pace. And he always has, some kind of a step ahead of everyone else. And this is across the comics and what we've seen in the MCU. However, I don't think he's genius level intellect as the other 4 appear to be.
Okay. I suppose.
Okay. So going with off of these 4, who do we think is, the smartest strategist? Who is really just outthinking the others, period, point blank? We're only including 1, 2, 4, 5 grade.
Doom, Richards, Stark, Batman.
Yes. The other 2 that we had originally on our list are Sherlock Holmes, who I think is a fantastic individual at outthinking other individuals, but I'm not sure that I put
Not
on
so much
genius level intellect.
Yeah, as well as I
haven't read enough to know that he's a genius level.
Like how
I also haven't
the type of worlds these other guys live in.
I don't think that's necessarily needed, though. The other individual is Grand Admiral Thrawn, who is a superior individual when it comes to strategy.
Yeah, if we're talking straight strategy, I think I'd give Thrawn maybe the gold in just straight strategy.
So let's at least just talk about the other 4. What do we think here? I know a lot of people, we got the Batman stands that are going to be like, with prep, you can beat anyone.
Yeah, anyone with enough prep can beat anyone, to be honest.
Exactly. Think.
I don't know much about Doom, but maybe Doom or Richards, I think.
As the smartest?
Well, and then, okay, what are we thinking? Just smartest? Just straight intelligence?
Straight up. Who's going to outthink the other ones? Who's outthinking each of these?
I'm going to go with Reed Richards, I'd have to say.
As a gold?
Yeah. He's just super smart, especially when we see him in the Fantastic Four movie. He creates whole new stuff just to be able to go to these places and do these things and trap this Galactus.
Okay. I'm going to challenge that, but first I want to hear who you think is a silver and bronze.
I'd like to have Dr. Doom up there purely because I really like Dr. Doom as a character and just
Sure.
But I don't know enough about him.
Sure.
But I want to put him in the top 3 somewhere for sure. Okay. My top 3 are going to be Reed Richards, Dr. Doom, Tony Stark. I'm not going to put Batman in that
Leaving out Bruce Wayne. Wild take. Not against it. I'm going to say Dr. Doom, Victor Von Doom is
the smartest.
The smartest.
The smart.
Why do I say this? Because
I need to know.
We have Reed Richards, and on several occasions, multiple occasions, do we have these 2 going against each other. They are, they are the 2 that have been pitted against each other.
It's the Joker into Batman.
Yeah, in comic books, these are the 2 that go back and forth against each other, right? And on so many occasions have we seen Doom get the upper hands on Richards. And what does it take for Richards to overtake Doom? It takes family, and we have, and not that it's a bad thing. This is that's how the Fantastic
Doom
Four
is
works.
going to his potential and just killing him.
But it's just, well, there's that too. but it's also just like if it was just Richards and he didn't have his family, the Fantastic Four, and it was just Richards against Doom, I think Doom gets the upper hand every time. It's only the fact that Richards has the other members of his family to either,
suggest
something, inspire him, team up with him even. And I think that Doom just overtakes it all the time. Reed Richards is one of the most intelligent, probably the most intelligent hero. Hero is the good guy. I think across Marvel, for the most part. I don't know who else was a really good person we didn't put in here is Mr. Terrific.
Oh, I love Mr. Terrific.
And I'm going to say that I'd put Mr. Terrific at bronze because I think
I'll give it to him.
Is crazy smart. So I think it's Doom, Richards.
Because I like what they did with him in Superman.
In the Superman movie,
as well as Arrow as well.
Yep, he's an Arrow.
Really good in Arrow. Really good in the movie.
I just recently
the same actor?
No,
that's
not even so. Not even close. Yeah, not even close. And I just recently watched Injustice, the movie.
Okay.
The animated second hour long animated movie, and and I think that he was really putting up some information. Superman was like trying to get him to come on board with him, and Superman in that movie is kind of like the bad guy.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They have a little bout. He's like, oh, I want to get rid of all guns. It's just like,
why
is this problem?
Yeah. So okay. So let's go through. I'm going to walk through that conversation real quick, and this kind of to me is why he's just like smarter, because Superman is like, well,
he's kind of broody. Brute force. Superman.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying Superman's in challenging human intellect in this situation. I'm just saying that the thought process that Mr. Terrific is having in this instance, right? So Superman says, Superman in this instance is Lois gets killed, and he's trying to enforce over the world his kind of take on justice, and there's no violence, no one should be doing anything evil, right? So he comes to Mr. Terrific and he says, I want to get rid of all the guns. Mr. Terrific says, okay, I'm going to challenge you. Not only are we going to have this conversation, we're also going to play chess while doing it and destroys him in chess. Might I say, while you're doing it. But he says, okay, well, we can get rid of all guns, but why not get rid of all cigarettes? Because cigarettes kill more people than the guns. Well, at that fact, why don't we just get rid of cars? Because cars also kill more people than guns do. And he kind of just goes down this list of a couple of things.
Things that kill people more than guns.
And by the time he's done, Superman's just like, so you're not going to help me? He's like, no.
Yeah.
And it's just like that conversation.
Almost the lovely reasons why.
Yeah.
Why I'm not helping you.
Yeah.
You didn't listen. Do it yourself.
Almost that conversation alone is enough for me to put at least Mr. Terrific at bronze. So we'll give Mr. Terrific the bronze, Reed Richards silver. We'll give silver, and then
gold to Doom.
Gold to Doom. And I do think there's probably someone who could overtake Doom in some fashion. Not on our list currently, and I can't think of them at this moment. So this is what we're going to leave the list at. I'm going to do my hot take right now. So this is my hot take. Because he was on this list, and I think
for this event 2 here, or are we on 3?
We are in event 2.
2, yeah.
They're also in event 3, so this actually fits even better.
Okay, go for it.
I love him. One of my favorite all-time superhero movies. He is the star of. He's not the reason I love the movie, though. He's good. He's really good. But up against a lot of heroes, a lot of superheroes, especially in people who's not in the biasness of his universe, Batman's trash.
Batman's trash? Oh, yeah. I love Batman. I usually love every actor I've seen play him. He's not that good.
Batman's kind of trash.
He's getting smoked 9 times out of 10.
Most people he fights, he's just getting smoked. I don't think he can beat Daredevil.
No.
In a random encounter?
No.
Again, with prep time, you could beat anyone. Sure. Because he has the fucking unlimited resources
Alien.
yeah, to develop things.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like we could say
Just
the
like
same
Tony
thing.
Stark
Yeah, I was,
of a weapons company.
I was gonna say Tony Stark. We could also say if he has prep, he could beat anyone as well. And he has.
Yeah, and we've seen it.
a
He
million
literally created a whole suit for Hulk when he was going great.
times.
You sick?
And I love Batman, but
I do too. In his own universe, in his own area, Gotham, he fits.
well,
Like,
and it's
he
just
does it smoked
it's
a
just-
lot. Fighting people who are proficient in fighting.
Well, it's even in DC. It's just crazy because like not even just talking like the movie.
They play
right? You know, they place him so hard. Dude. They are. They're just like on his dick. So
And that's why I liked
so
Robert
hard.
Pattinson's Batman. Because it was realistic.
And he's getting beat up. Like he's actually getting hit. Like sure, he had the upper hand because he has combat skills.
And
but,
that's
like,
also why I like the Batman Affleck Batman. It's because he's old. He knows what he's doing. Doesn't care anymore.
dude said, "Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. Oh, break your back." I mean, like the Justice League has so many members; it's hard to keep track of. But I think Batman gets beat. Let's just say the Snyderverse Justice League. All 5 of them are kicking his ass. Easily. Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Aquaman, Flash. Like who's the challenge here? Aquaman is the challenge in this situation. And Aquaman is basically just like superhuman.
All of them are superhuman.
Well, right, but I mean like, you know, the other ones can like fucking fly and create weapons out of nothing and defeat speed. I'm like Aquaman is the lowest of those people, and I think Aquaman is still beating the shit out of Bruce Wayne and just straight out of hand-to-hand combat. Of course, prep time. Everyone's gonna do prep time on it. But yeah, that's my hot
Your
take.
prep time is okay. Well, Aquaman will just sit in the water and wait.
Prep time too. Like, oh, he's Bruce Wayne. Like, if I got prep time, I just figure out he's Bruce Wayne and just destroy his whole entire life.
It's like expose him as Batman and
sure. So moving on to event 3, combat skill. This is skill and training and battle mastery. The competitors are Batman, Bruce Wayne, Captain America. We're going Steve Rogers, Captain America here. Geralt of Rivia,
good specification.
Wolverine, Shang-Chi, and we had a replacement, last minute replacement. Who did we replace last minute here?
Who are you replacing? You're replacing Aragorn?
Yeah. Is that not who we were replacing? Oh no, we were replacing for the next one. Sorry. Or no, we were replacing for this one. We were replacing Aragorn with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Right?
Okay. Yep, we'll do that. Aragorn with Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'll take it.
Yeah. And this is combat skills. So what do we think?
I don't think Shang-Chi's gonna. Does Shang-Chi have the rings or not?
It doesn't matter.
It
That's
doesn't matter.
That's irrelevant.
This
This is combat skill training, and battle mastery. Just straight up.
Shang-Chi's getting smoked by probably everyone on this list.
You think so?
What is well, let me see what Shang-Chi's abilities are.
It doesn't. We're talking pure skill in combat. It's the best trained warrior. This is a neutral arena. You put him in a UFC ring.
Okay, so we're going straight hand to hand. Okay,
It doesn't have to be hand to
Okay.
hand. They have weapons and stuff, but like
then can we replace Obi-Wan with Anakin?
okay. Okay, so
I only see that because I feel like
Batman, Bruce Wayne, Captain America, Steve Rogers, Geralt of Rivia, Anakin Skywalker,
I'm gonna put
Wolverine
pretty high up,
and Shang-Chi.
just because Wolverine's been going at it for at least 150 years.
That's true. But have we seen him actually, he can fight. Sure.
There's so many people I want to put in this list. It's not even funny.
Well, okay, so we're just going to stick to the 6 we have. We're going to stick to the 6 we have here. This might be the hardest
This
one,
is
I
definitely
think.
gonna be the hardest
I think this is the hardest one. Because Batman is skilled in like so many hand-to-hand combats.
I'll put him at the bottom, just because of all the glazing people do for him. I don't care.
Oh my god. You put Batman at the bottom of the list is wild.
Dude, these are all superhumans. They're getting smoked.
Skill and
Okay, maybe not
battle
Shang-Chi.
mastery. Battle mastery, skill and training. This
Okay.
is not ability.
Let me go through this. World War II soldier. Okay. Went and fought Nazis hand to hand.
Man.
Geralt of Rivia was genetically bred to hunt monsters.
Again, we can't just say that they're superhuman makes them better at combat.
It kind of does, though.
That's not always the take, though.
If I can punch with the full force of a semi-truck, all I need is to hit you in your face once and you're done.
Right, but if I'm Batman and I'm skilled enough to move out of the way of that because I know you're coming,
And then I hit you with a backhand. I don't.
you're talking about the fight between Bane and Batman, and sure he gets taken over the first time, but he wins the second time.
Yeah, he wins the second time. You only got one shot here.
Who's in the top three? Let's get down to the top three, and then we can debate here.
If we're gonna go Batman, okay, maybe Batman then can be in the top three. We could throw him in the top three then.
This was hard. I was like, Anakin Skywalker's in here, yo.
He's got some real good. We've seen him.
We don't even have
Yeah.
to say we're not even saying like the Force. We're just saying like him with a weapon, him with a sword, like his skill with in battle.
Unmatched.
You think he just takes Ghost? Like he just comes in there, swoops it up, and he's just like walks away, and the rest of them.
When have we seen him lose in a lightsaber battle?
But never. I don't think we have.
Like actually distinctively lose, other than him being stopped by Obi. See, that's why we could put Obi-Wan in here too, and Obi-Wan would. I feel Obi-Wan. If we were to put Obi-Wan and Anakin in this list, one of them takes the cake. Personal opinion.
Okay.
Not even just because
Obi-Wan's not his list, so let's not talk about Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Okay. But we've seen a lot from. We've seen lightsabers. We've seen blasters in his hands, maybe. I don't know. I feel like he can shoot a blaster probably decently enough. But we've seen him throw hands. He takes on some of the best duelists we've seen in Star Wars. He fights Dooku. He fights Ventress. The only two that he hasn't fought that are really good are Maul and Grievous. But I don't think Grievous is even that good. He just has forearms. That's what makes him good.
Yeah.
But we've seen him do all of this.
I don't think Maul's that good either. I think she's just savage.
That too.
I think Dooku's probably
Dooku is definitely his top.
the top person he fought.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mainly because he don't. I wish we saw him fight more lightsaber users. That he could be.
Okay. I'm cool to give Anakin.
Yeah. That's my. I want to give
Anakin
Anakin
gold.
because
Okay. Anakin can come sweet. For sure. This dude, now we got
Day
silver
one
brown.
has been trained to fight.
You want to know what I say? I don't think Captain America's even top three.
Yeah, I don't want to give it to him either for top three. Like, he can fight, he's good, but
I don't think he's this good.
you take that shield out of his hand, he's not really much after that, to be honest.
That's what I was saying. You were saying, that's what I was saying. Like his combat skill is not that good. Like he can punch you hard as shit, but like, what do I do? Redirect your hit? Like
He can be good, but then I feel like he's still going to get whooped in most hand-to-hand combat. We've seen him lose
I also don't.
to Winter Soldier.
I think Wolverine is also another contender who might just be out of this. Where I think he's good in a fight. When we see him, he's crazy. But also, it's just like.
But there's also no technique to it.
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
just
That's what I was saying before. Like he's.
Which
Just
I feel like should kind of hate that. And I know it's kind of his personality. He's supposed to be brutish. He's supposed to be kind of a savage. But I feel like, dude, he been alive for, we'll just say, like 200 years, dude. You haven't done any kind of martial
Oh
training.
no, I'm sure he's got plenty of martial training. The thing is, I
don't-
think there's a.
we don't
point-
see it.
Well, right, and I think there's a point in his life where he's just like, "Fuck it, I don't need to." He's like, "What are you gonna do? Punch me, stab me, shoot me? I'm gonna heal."
Yeah, when he loses that healing factor, up until that point, he's just like,
He doesn't
like in the movie, he's just like, they point a gun at him. He's just like,
Cool.
I don't
He
care.
runs at them.
Yeah. They shoot him in the head and he's just,
Yeah.
it's just,
All right. So Captain America, Wolverine, we're moving down. They're out of it.
so now we're fighting against,
You got Anakin, Geralt, Bruce, and Shang-Chi. I don't know that much about Shang-Chi. Seen him in the movie, and dude was going crazy.
he was going crazy in the movie.
But we might have to just move him out of it. So we're down to Batman, Geralt, and Anakin already swept. So do you think Geralt beats Bruce Wayne?
I'd love to say yes. I would. I really would. But I'm gonna have to say no. I have to.
You gonna give Batman the silver here? Is that what's going on?
Still, well, hold on. Oh, silver for Geralt? No.
It's either Batman or Geralt. We've eliminated.
I have
everyone
to give it
else.
to Silver. I have to give it to Batman.
Okay.
Because I don't think in a hand-to-hand combat he's beating Batman. I don't think Geralt's beating Batman.
Okay, that's fair. I wouldn't disagree.
Maybe a sword, but
I think who we've eliminated is fine, and I think our top three is pretty good right now.
So we got Anakin, Batman, Geralt.
Yep, gold, silver, bronze in that order.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's unfortunate, but
It sounds like a strange list, but if you really think, I think if you
which is ironic considering we were literally just bashing Batman. And here we are giving him silver after completely eliminating him from the last round.
Yeah, but we're talking about hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
stuff, you know?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we start talking like, who's actually destroying one of these people in a fight? You know, I mean, we're talking like Wolverine, probably, because it's just killing everyone.
Yeah, he'll just sit there and he'll just live.
Like, yeah, he's gonna take every shot. You know, I mean, obviously, Anakin's gonna hit him up with the lightsaber, but all right, that was that. You know, well, you know, we don't know the
Picture Bobby and God today, and
Yeah.
we just strangle you. You can regenerate.
Moving on to the fourth event. And here we are talking leadership. We are talking leadership skills, the ability to inspire and lead others into combat and other situations. And I think the
I don't know if I like 4 as an option on there. I don't know much about him,
4 is
but
fantastic. I would rather take 6 off, honestly, if we were going to take someone off.
That's fair. We can take him off. That's cool.
Who will we replace him with? For leadership? Let me think.
I don't know.
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
It's a hard one for sure.
Nick Fury.
No,
No?
not in leadership. Just because he's a leader doesn't mean he's good at leadership. I think he's garbage.
He's kind of good. He's all right.
He's good at fucking manipulating people into doing.
That's
things.
technically
No.
kind of leading, isn't it?
If we were gonna have an event for manipulation, top up there, getting silver or gold for sure.
I'm a star in manipulation now.
I don't know. He might. He might. You know, we could do someone like Leonardo, Ninja Turtle.
No, I don't. They always have problems when it comes to leadership, I feel like. I feel like there's always some kind of problem with one of them, but specifically one of them always going against it.
Sure, but who brings it back?
Michelangelo. Sometimes.
Rarely. Let's see if I can get it. If we can't think of anyone soon, we'll just have to move on with the 6 we have, or the 5 when we eliminate the 6th individual here. So I can't think of anyone other than Leonardo, who is really like top-notch, like leadership capabilities. Got anything? Or we just go.
Yeah, we'll just move on because
Okay. So our competitors, and I'm going to throw Leonardo in there just for shits and gigs at this point. I don't know if he beats into the top 3, but we have, for our competitors, for leadership, we have Captain America, Aragorn, Leia Organa, Cyclops, Optimus Prime, and Leonardo. Now, each of these, in their own right, has their own teams or groups that they've inspired and have led, and we have to use kind of a lot of material and sources. You know, a lot of these people have been in movies, but they have a lot more sources than many, so we got to definitely think outside of that. You think
a contender for top 3 right off the bat?
Okay.
Optimus Prime.
Okay. I'm not against it. I think there's.
I haven't given him a specific spot yet, but I feel like he's definitely getting a medal.
I think Optimus Prime. You know, there's several things. I mean, he's literally been given the the matrix of leadership. like
Yeah,
like he's literally been giving this.
we've seen him in the movies, in the shows, just time and time again.
Just like leading his people and gathering them, and people want to follow him.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because maybe it's just because he is a prime, but like as a status that is with.
He's definitely like
ranks.
super inspiring.
But there's people who just like they're literally dying over what he's like preaching, and he's the leader of the Autobots, and he's saying these things where he's just like, we can defend the human race, we can
make this our home, we can live side by side.
And all these people are, not people necessarily, but all these, Transformers, these Autobots are kind of gathering and rallying behind him, and they're just like pledging their loyalty, their literal dying loyalty to this guy. So
you got whole
I might have just talked myself into like a top 2 at this point, but
you could even like go and turn into like the second one, Rise of the Fallen.
Okay.
They find that Jet at that museum.
Yeah.
He's a former Decepticon, and he's even like pretty much like, yeah, okay, I'll follow him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's because he wanted to follow. Well, it was kind of because he was just like, oh, a prime, and then he was just kind of like, yeah, I'll follow the prime. Or
tired of the Decepticon.
Yeah,
tired of fighting.
What do you think about the rest here?
Out of this list, honestly, I don't think Aragorn.
Yeah, I mean,
again, he's a good leader, good thing, but
he's had a couple of instances. So I never read the books, right? So
that's definitely, I feel like, proper.
And then
based off what we've seen.
And originally, he led the hobbits, and he was more of a protector than a leader. And even when the Fellowship got together, he wasn't really the leader. It was kind of Gandalf at the beginning of that.
And he's someone I could have put on this list. Probably could have replaced Aragorn.
That's maybe fair. I think later,
none of that list is really all that. None of the Fellowship is good at
leading. It was later on, I think, where Aragorn kind of took up the mantle of being a leader. It was more when he was like trying to get, I think it was at the
when we first see him, he's still kind of trying to run away from his heritage.
It was at the Battle of Helm's Deep, I think, is where he really flipped a switch.
Yeah.
And he really became the leader person that we were looking for. And I think that was a telling moment for him, is when he was like, ride out to meet them, and he was just like, we can go out there, and at the least we died, but
he's pretty much just like, protect like people. We're gonna die regardless. So why not we ride out there, kill as many of them as we can, do as much as we can, instead of sitting here and cowering.
Yeah, and from that moment, I think he serves as a leader. I think, I can't think of his name. The King of Rohan, Theoden. Thank you. Where I think he kind of begins to listen to kind of what Aragorn, and kind of takes counsel from Aragorn as well in that moment, and then continues on. But other than maybe that, and the one scene where he's like, for Frodo, other than that, just those 2 scenes, I don't think so. So I think we can eliminate him right away out of the top here. Leonardo, I wanted to put in here, just put him in the conversation, because I think he does have, a lot of.
He does have some good. Yeah, I will. That's cool. Now that I've actually sat here and kind of thought about it, it's definitely, he's got some good skills. And,
he brings his brothers together in a number of times in conflicting personalities.
He brings other people together, too. I can't remember their names. Hockey mask guy.
Casey Jones, Larry Niels.
Yeah, that and her. Yeah, she was the other one I was thinking of, but I was mainly thinking about him.
Yeah, and kind of, Raph and Casey kind of become friends. But, anyway, I think he does a really good job, but, I think I have to put him onto the conversation as well. So that brings us to, 4 individuals here. We're talking Captain America, Leia, Cyclops, and Prime. And Prime is definitely in the top 3. So who out of Cyclops, Leia, and Captain America are out? And I think I know who you would say is out, and that's Cyclops. And I would argue.
I only say because it only popped in my head because I don't know enough about him. And that's really it. I don't know much about him, but I like Star Wars. I like Leia. I don't really think she's all that much of an inspiring leader. I think what gives her that inspiring leader is because she's a princess of Alderaan.
That's fair.
And I feel like people are like, oh, well, she's fighting. She had her home blown up. She still wouldn't give up the base.
Yeah. She's looking for that hope.
Yeah, we'll follow her. She's nice. She's good. You know, she seems like she someone knows what she's doing because her father was a politician, kind of a military general of his own.
Dare I say we look at the last 3 movies for Leia Organa? What do you feel about her then? So that's when she is more in a leader role. Unless just like a, happens to be the princess of people.
Yeah, I suppose it's been a while, and I don't know because I've only seen all those movies collectively one time each.
Yeah, I feel that.
I do want to watch them again. It's just it's such a struggle.
Yeah,
they're not that good.
Well, the first,
I like the first. I do like the first.
The first not bad. The second one is even not that bad. They have some kind of okay sections. There was definitely questionable
My
moments.
opinion in the second one, maybe is when they should have shifted the main character to Finn.
The main character to Finn.
Instead of it being Rey.
Not bad. But
Because I don't
the main character for Rey. The main character should have been Kylo. Point blank.
I'll take that too. Yep.
Point blank.
Yeah.
He should have been the main character. Anyway.
Since he is a Skywalker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely should have been the main character. Should have been followed all the time. That would have been cool. I would take that. A trilogy series following the bad guy.
I think so. Well, I think the series we had was fine. I think that they just needed to shift in the second movie and then the third. We're getting way off track.
For sure.
Anyway.
I'm just gonna drop Leia Organa.
Okay.
My opinion.
That's.
I know you know a bunch about Cyclops because
I know
I
know Cyclops. So
know he's been your thing lately, along with Doom.
he has been okay. So Doom has been so way back in 2005 when the first Fantastic Four movie came out. Doom was the guy, and I was like, this dude's sick. His abilities are sick. He puts on a sick mask.
He's got magic, doesn't he? Is that what he's using?
In the first movie, he didn't. I didn't know it was magic that he's supposed to have. They just kind of gave him abilities with like being able, like a techno. What is it called? Technomancy. Like
Yeah. Okay. That's kind of what I was just thinking too. Is
Techno Senju. Yeah. So that's kind of what he was doing in the first movie, and I was like, damn, that's so cool. And he was like creating like lightning and shit like that. But more I learned about him, I was like, this dude is just sick. And now obviously we've generated, Doomsday and stuff like that has come out. So he's become my favorite for that. Cyclops, however. So in the original X-Men, Cyclops is actually supposed to be the leader. For whatever reason, Fox made the decision to make Wolverine their main character for X-Men instead of, circling it around Cyclops. And even in their reboot, they made it about Charles and Eric, which is fine. But we were still left out there with a Cyclops, and the Cyclops was kind of like, meh, and he was like still there, but he wasn't like really prevalent. When he in like the cartoons in the comics is like, it's that guy. There's a comic book run going on, or that just happened, where he does what they did in Days of Futures Past, where they take Wolverine's mind, Logan's mind, and they send it back to the past. They did the same thing with Cyclops, except for they sent his mind to the future.
Oh.
And he has to deal with being in this like weird, strange apocalypse, and he has to rally the people. And they brought him specifically into the future to rally to the people there, and then also so that when they sent his mind back to the past where it belongs, he could rally the people there to prepare for what is a possible future. And just almost that alone lets me believe that he's a fantastic leader. Other than like X-Men 97, where he's like, to me, my X-Men, and they like gather around him and everyone knows the team. Like, he's a great strategist as well. I would have almost put him in if we'd had a strategy. If we had more of a strategy.
Okay.
Because he's the one who comes up with these crazy moves and like all these things where they're like doing all these special moves and stuff like that, the fastball special and all this nonsense. He's like helping come up with these like team combos, between the mutants and their powers. They have the danger room where he's like really conducting a lot of things like that, to take on their enemies. So, I mean, just that alone, I would say he's pretty great.
Okay.
But I think
so what do we got?
I think I would give him probably bronze, and I think Captain America is still getting silver here.
Really? Because based off what you were just telling me, I would have given him silver. I'd have given Cyclops silver.
But are you going to put Optimus Prime at bronze?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put Optimus Prime.
I think Captain America is a better leader than Cyclops.
Really? Okay.
I don't know that much about Captain America from the comics is the issue.
That's true.
I know him from the movies, and he's fantastic in the movies. And that's probably where I'm going to stem most of my information off. I know him a little bit in the comics, but not much. Does he inspire? He has some of the craziest speeches, like offhand speeches. Like the speech he gives in the in Endgame is a crazy speech.
That's true. That's true.
And then like Ant-Man comments on it or something like that. But it's like, is he always that good? Something like that, you know? And he gives these crazy speeches, you know, especially just like in the MCU, if we're just looking at that because we're not that familiar with the comics. He just has like this presence and, you know.
So, real quick, you're debating between Cyclops and Captain America for silver. We putting Prime in gold.
I think Prime is just gold.
Okay.
I think Prime is just like, he's just like there and he's just present. And he's the guy who's
Especially
like,
looking at
I'm on the front line.
These discussion problems we got here, yeah. Definitely putting Prime on top.
Yeah.
Battlefield Commander.
So what do we think? What is your take? Because I'm okay with Captain America taking silver. It's like, I love Cyclops. I like Cyclops.
We'll do that then. We'll do that.
But I would put Cyclops.
We'll go Optimus, Captain, Cyclops. I'll do that. That's cool. I'll allow it. I'm done with it.
All right, we got one more event. We got one more event before the last event. Heart and heroism.
You know, we probably should have been writing down who was taking the gold here, huh?
That's probably something we should have done. But right now, it's what? Superman, Doom, Superman,
Event 1. We got Superman,
Doom.
Event 2.
Did we just give gold to Batman for combat skill? What we just did?
Is that what we did after just bashing him? No. He gave.
And Anakin. Okay. Anakin. That's my favorite. Yeah. Anakin. Okay. Leadership. We get the Prime, and now we're going to talk heart and heroism. So the characters who represent true heroism, who sacrifices the most, who represents the ideal hero, and here we go. We have Spider-Man, Samwise Gamgee.
I know. I seen that on the list, and I was like, I love it.
Luke Skywalker, Superman, Captain America, Steve Rogers. And then
you replaced that last one with the Green Ranger, right?
Oh yes, Tommy Oliver.
Yeah.
Oof. Let's not talk about the Green Ranger days. Let's talk about all the other times he was Ranger. Because technically he was evil when he was green.
Oh, God.
Okay, but he was under mind control. He was like under mind control. Okay.
Out of all these, he's easily the one I know the least about.
Tommy Oliver. So Tommy Oliver is played by oh my God.
Come on.
He just died. Jason David Frank.
There you go.
And he was the only, I shouldn't say he was the only. He was the actor to come back to play his same role multiple times. And not only that, in multiple iterations of Ranger. He represented the 6th Ranger, which is kind of like their utility or like auxiliary Ranger, rather.
Ranger.
He played the lead Ranger 2 times and then also played an additional auxiliary Ranger as a mentor at a later point in his life. His presence kind of is not just... It's kind of crazy because you think of Tommy Oliver, think of Jason David Frank as like the same person, and then they kind of like are outside of Power Rangers. I mean, within the Power Rangers, well, they're outside of like just that.
To Walker pick.
He's done some crazy work. He has really done some crazy work. And I'm almost just saying Jason David Frank, which is kind of unfair because the dude has done some fantastic work as far as being part of the community.
Okay, see, but we're not.
Yeah. So Tommy Oliver might go pretty low compared to some of these other individuals. You know, and there's like Superman. We can want to say some instances of Superman.
Spider-Man is going to be top 3.
That's fair.
Because for heart heroine, he is literally doing for the love of the game.
Yeah.
For being a hero.
Yeah.
he has.
I think this one's going to be rather easy because I think Samwise Gamgee is automatically also in top 3.
Dare I say we have top 3 in order?
And Luke Skywalker, you think so?
We got Spider-Man. He,
Yeah.
literally, like I said, doing it for the love of the game. He's got
His
literally just doing it.
sacrificed everything.
Yeah.
Every instance was his.
And his family, just whatever, you know, he's always got something he loses. Sam, literally could have lost the entire world.
Yeah. And maybe not heroism necessarily for Sam, but it's heart.
Heart for sure. That's kind of what I'm going based off of, is mainly heart.
Okay.
Because Chris, and then Luke Skywalker, family's dead. He finds out the second biggest bad in the universe, in the galaxy, is his father. And, you know,
Do you think it's gold, silver, bronze just on the list right there? Just those 3 right there?
yeah, I'm going to have to say it.
Spider-Man gets the gold, Sam takes the silver, and Luke Skywalker takes bronze.
Because, like, the only reason I wouldn't put Luke Skywalker above Sam is because if Luke failed his mission, the whole galaxy wouldn't be it's already in turmoil, but it wouldn't be nearly as bad as, like, if Sam failed his mission.
And
So
I can make the case for Sam. So Sam did, Sam was putting in crazy work. The whole time, my guy was the backup for Frodo in every instance. He backed him up. And even when Frodo was being disillusioned by not only the ring, but also the Smeagol, Gollum, he was the guy that was like, no, man, we have to stay true. And even when all things seemed lost, even when he thought he lost, even after
he got removed from...
Or no, he didn't think he lost the ring. He thought he lost Frodo.
Well,
he took the
and
ring.
then, you could also go back to when Frodo's like, I don't have the ring. And he's like,
Yeah,
oh.
I do. Yeah.
And he gives it back to Frodo.
Yeah.
Because he knew how much Frodo was kind of tripping about it when he...
Well, it's not only that, it's also part of the mind and really the heart games that the ring plays on you, right? Because there was so many other people who had the ring and like saw it and kind of like went crazy just like off of being it, and like they couldn't just stay to themselves, and you could see,
even Faramir almost gave into it.
Yeah. And you can say, that's a mind game, but I think it is also a willpower from the heart, because after Boromir fails, he cries about failure.
Yeah, he's like, I'm sorry, like,
yeah,
I know I messed up.
And he even sacrifices himself after that because he knows that he fucked up.
He knew there was no coming back from it.
Yeah. And so I think Sam solidifies silver. I mean, Spider-Man is just too many traumatic events for anyone else, I think, to beat him out in heart and heroism. But Sam, I think, really just, he's up there. I mean, Luke, we can make, also a case for. He's a farm boy who eventually becomes, a Jedi master. But he was also had like kind of a destiny that surrounded him.
Yeah.
And then kind of...
And through that destiny, he lost, dare I say, everything?
He did lose everything. I think he did lose everything. But I think at the end, he was able to come out with more than he had lost. And I think there was a part where it was just like he was destined for this situation to help kind of guide him more than I think Sam. Do I think Luke has any like
low key?
I think he has some.
Sam got roped into it.
He literally
purely because he was sitting at the window.
He was listening in. Like,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we got it. Gold, silver, bronze, just on the list. Spider-Man, Sam, Luke. So now it's contender for who takes gold overall. So we're just looking, I don't think these people are competing in any such way, but I think we're just saying who maybe is, purely the champion out of all these individuals.
This list is wild, considering that
it's really close to our list.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just looking at these all across what we have here, who really deserves the gold medal for being, just the ultimate hero. So I think at this point we'll just dismiss Doom. I think he's fantastic, but he's not a hero. For sure. I mean, we can sit here and we can debate it, and that's fine. But I almost just had to say
it's a certain point of view. Yeah,
I think it's almost Spider-Man. Like Superman has the ideals, and he's really, super poster boy. And this is another thing about DC
I will
that I
say-
don't like. That
I would
which
say
they
this.
glaze the hell out of their dudes, man.
They really do.
They be glazing Superman like crazy.
Looking at all the categories, I will say, now he may not take gold in all of them, but he's taking a medal in all of them.
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
for sure. I think he's all
Strength, he's not taking gold, but he might take silver.
He's he's super underplayed in this.
Yeah. But again, Superman is what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Intelligence, super smart to the point where Tony Stark's like, hey, you want to come work for me?
Yeah.
Combat skill, really good at combat, really good at fighting. Could he?
I don't think he.
It really also depends on what we're looking.
Yeah.
Who we're looking at.
Okay. Let's slow down on the combat scale. I'm going to say, in combat, he's fantastic.
But
It's also a super sense. I don't think if we were just like hand-to-hand combat,
that's true.
I think it's the super sense that.
But I feel like he's still taking at least a
Sure.
leadership. This might be a category where he might not get a medal, and if he does, it's definitely bronze.
It's gonna be low. Yeah, I think he has the capability.
He does have the game. But part of the problem is that we always see him. You know what? I will give him bronze because we're not talking about any specific Spider-Man. I will bring us Miles Morales.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous to start talking any Superman or any Spider-Man. But okay.
He's super inspiring. He gets everyone in the
Spider-Man.
second one.
The
But
Spider-Man.
now I'll come back to him. Yeah.
You could also just go for Peter B. Parker. Peter Parker.
Yeah. That's
He also
Yeah,
does rally that. And he's like, in the first one, he's the one who kind of rallies the group and kind of tells Miles to kind of like,
Go in there.
you're gonna need your moment. This moment isn't it?
He predicted the password, predicted what dude was gonna say.
So we're just giving Spider-Man all around hero,
Gold.
all around ultimate hero. Fantastic.
Don't like it. Don't care. We don't like you though.
Who do you? I don't know about that. Who do you think is the ultimate hero? I mean, I think debate could be made for Superman also being in that category.
For sure.
I think that he just gets super glazed. And maybe Marvel glazes Spider-Man, but I think
They don't.
yeah,
they
I don't think
don't.
they do either. I think they give Spider-Man enough faults. He's holding back.
And they give him a lot. They give him, they do.
They take so much away from him.
Yeah.
He's not just invincible.
How often do we see him actually like going crazy like we've seen?
I have a comic book it's right over there. Sorry. Of him on the cover, and he is just like ripped to shreds. Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever seen Superman just like disoriented, like other than those couple of times where he gets hit by his one weakness.
Because you can even then go and see, go to the movies. Tobey Maguire, when he stops the train, he's all ripped.
Yeah.
When he fights,
There's plenty of times where he's like,
when he fights Venom and Sandman, gets ripped, still fighting. He does get help, but like who?
but that's
into
the
that
part, right?
situation.
Is that he's not? We're saying he's not glazed
Yeah.
because he needs the help.
Yeah.
Right. He gets
He
the help.
regularly gets whooped back to back. He does need help from time to time, but he can definitely hold his own in plenty of
Maybe glazed Superman's Batman.
maybe glazing on most.
DC? No, they're not glazing most of their dudes because we don't even see
Their top dudes are definitely glazing. You know who I feel like they don't, in my opinion, don't glaze enough? Flash.
I don't know.
They don't really show him often, I would say, to his full potential, because I feel like he's definitely like, I'm sorry. You can vibrate your hand so quickly I can put it through your head. I can run through walls. How many other people do you know that can run through walls?
Yeah, but we have the Flash.
Because I can only think of one person that I know that can run through walls without destroying the wall. And that's that's the X-Men lady.
Yeah, Shadow Cat. Kate Brand. But big glaze Flash.
For sure.
Flash.
But as much as they glaze Superman
and Batman,
as you like to say, dare I say Wonder Woman?
a little bit. They call them the Trinity.
Yeah.
Batman, actually,
But I'm just gonna say the only challenge for Flash out of those three is Superman. For Flash.
for sure.
Flash is smoking Wonder and Batman easily. Let me just run past you at, the speed of light and just smack it across your face, and your whole head is removed. Your body is obliterated.
For sure.
Done. Ultimate hero, Spider-Man.
I think that's gonna be it for us. Spider-Man, the Ultimate Hero. If you have any
other suggestions, takes,
throw them in.
arguments for some of the others?
Yeah, I'd love to
like to
hear.
see it.
I'd love to hear arguments for some of these others because some of these were really hard. I think, especially when it came like the leadership or the combat skill. I think Optimus Prime is still a pretty secure leader, but I could argue.
And I feel like Optimus Prime is another one that could be in a lot of these spots.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of our contenders could be in a lot of these spots.
Yeah, so I mean, definitely, if you want to run through those 5 events that we went through, give us your top choice. You could give us the whole gambit if you wanted to, but even just your gold medalist for each of those, I'd love to hear. And if you have,
I would also like to see that the gold medalist, which you think would be gold medalist for each category.
Yeah, and
if it's not one we already
said, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment in the section. About any of that stuff or any arguments against anyone that we chose. We don't know everyone, like crazy, like
Goku.
Goku is, I mean, I still think that Goku is also another character that gets glazed, but that's besides the point. Hit the comments and let us know. Thanks for hanging out with us and have a good game.